Hello, welcome back to another tutorial. In this time-lapse video, I'm going to be giving you some of my top tips for drawing red curly fur in coloured pencils. My name's Catherine. I'm an artist from South Wales specialising in realistic pet portraits, animal and wildlife art. So my first tip would be to try not to get overwhelmed by it. I know curly fur can be a bit tricky and I struggled with it a lot when I first started drawing. Obviously over the years and with lots and lots of practice, I'm now able to draw realistic curly fur and I'm able to teach you how I do it. I think the trick to not getting overwhelmed is to try and break it down into basic shapes. So when you look at your reference photo, you just see curls, but if you look closely, you can separate all of the shadows and all of the highlights. You can see here I start off by mapping in all of the shadow shapes using light layers of mostly the Faber-Castell Polychromos colour Bista and Burnt Umber. This part is the most time consuming, but it's the most important, so don't rush it. You're essentially just looking for the darkest parts of the fur that you can see and drawing them in. There's no need to overcomplicate it. If you're looking at your reference photo on a screen, whether that be your phone, computer, iPad, it could help when you're starting out to increase the contrast of the photo so that it's easier for you to see the darkest parts and the lightest parts of the fur. My second tip would be to trust the process. So it'll all look a bit crazy at the beginning, but it'll all come together at the end. I've just sped this next part up a little bit more. It's just me drawing in all of the shadows. Okay, so the next step is to start adding colour to your highlights. So I add a base layer of buff titanium and just build up from there. So you start off with the lightest colour and gradually start to add the darker colours into the shadows. You can leave the very, very lightest parts, but just make sure that you're building up your layers nice and slowly. Once you've done that, I go back in and I just deepen all of the shadows. So I go over with the colours that I used earlier, and I can also add in some different colours, like the Polychromos Burnt Sienna is really nice for the shadows doing red curly fur. To make it look realistic, you need to focus in your top layers on where the fur goes in and out. So what I mean by that is the fur that's sitting on top is going to be lighter than where the fur starts to go in and sort of behind the other bits of fur. So you need to focus on that as well. Lastly, don't worry if what you've drawn is not exactly the same as the reference photo. Curly fur, it's moving all the time, so it's never going to be in the same place twice. as long as you've got the right texture and you're using the right techniques, it'll look realistic. On my channel, I've also posted a real-time tutorial that I recorded while drawing this dog's left ear. So if you'd like a more in-depth and longer video, then take a look at that one. I'll link it in the description below for you. Thank you for watching. I hope this video has been helpful. Let me know in the comments. And also, if you have any questions, please leave them down below. If you enjoyed the video, please give it a like and subscribe to see more tutorials. Thank you.